If you see a new wellness trend, cold plunge, red
Yes.
light therapy, are you jumping on it right away, or are you doing research or waiting for actual evidence about it to come out? Tell me what you do with those new fun trends.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this the other day. It feels to me like the influencers sometimes feel a little too influency. Every influencer was selling that, right? And promoting it. And I was like, what in the heck is happening? Why am I seeing this everywhere? And so I am a little bit leery about those. I don't usually tend to jump on it right away.
Welcome to Redesigning Health and Home. I'm Meg.
And I'm Kerri. We love creating beautiful, functional spaces and living healthy, vibrant lives. So join us as we chat about simple, practical ways to take care of your body, mind, and your home. Whether it's fitness tips, home decor ideas, or navigating those big life moments, we're here to share what's working for us and what isn't, with some encouragement along the way.
And occasionally, we'll sprinkle in some fun topics to brighten your day and to make you smile. Let's redesign this life together, one step, one room, and one habit at a time.
Happy Friday, everyone. It's Meg and Kerri with Redesigning Health and Home. And we are so grateful that you have chosen to join us on this Happy Friday. Meg, you look delightful over there. It must be warm in your part of the country.
Ooh, it is a jungle. It's warm, yes, but it is summer, so it's expected, right?
Yes, exactly. And I know you love the heat. You and my husband love the heat. So it's good for
Well,
you. Oh, really? Well, I think that you love it more than my Scottish skin loves it. Let's just go with that.
all right, we'll go with that. Yeah, no, it's definitely summery, warm,
Yes.
all the things you can imagine about summer.
All
Yes,
the
yeah.
things. Exactly. Well, today's an interesting episode because I have no idea what we're talking about. Meg is surprising me with today's format. So here we go. I hope I can answer whatever questions you're going to throw at me.
Well, Kerri, we are really going to dive into redesigning health and home.
Ooh, okay.
Okay, are you up for it?
Absolutely.
Alternate some health things and some home topics. And I just want your opinion
Okay.
on how you approach it and if you've ever had to redesign it.
Okay. Love it.
All right. So some of these are super random, and audience, hey, we would love to hear from you too. So I'm going to start with the health category.
Oh,
All right. You go for your dental or your doctor appointment,
mhm.
and it's just routine. At the end, you're leaving, and they say, okay, would you like to schedule your next 6-month appointment? Are you answering yes and you get your appointment book, or are you one of the last minute ones and say, I'll call you and schedule?
If it's a dentist appointment, I'll call you. Don't call me. I'll call you because I don't really want to come back. Which is terrible, but you know how we all feel about the dentist. So yeah, for sure, the dentist, it would most likely be yeah, I'll have to look at my work schedule and see. But for other appointments, hair appointment, absolutely. I'm scheduling that next one, Meg.
You are.
Yeah, usually hair appointments, usually, yes.
Well, that's smart because I always wait till the last minute and then they can never get me in.
Right, right. They book out so far because people want to go get their hair done.
Yes. Now, are these answers always been like that for you, or have they redesigned as you've matured and gone through
Oh,
life?
yeah, for sure. Because I think when the girls had their activities, I never knew where we were going to be. So I probably didn't schedule out, well, for hair, 6 weeks ahead, for sure. Although I might have been more likely to schedule their follow up doctor's appointments ahead of time, right? Because you had to make sure that you got your well child check in before school started and you didn't want to be rushing in the last minute. But Yeah, I would say that my schedule is a little bit more free now. How about you?
Yeah, no, I would totally agree. For the kids, it was like clockwork, appointment book, calendar opened. I
Yeah.
just definitely get that scheduled, like you said, to make sure that they could do their sports or their
Yes.
school. Yes. Well,
Exactly.
very, very fun. Okay, now I'm jumping to home.
Oh,
All right. When you spot a piece of decor that you like, do you have to absolutely fall in love with it before you buy it? Like, I will only purchase it if I love, 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 love it.
mhm.
Or are you, I kind of like it. I'll bring it home and try it on for size.
I think at this stage, because I've accumulated a lot of things over the years, I do feel more like that first category where I have to love it to bring it home. But for example, there is a bookcase in our house that I fell in love with the design of it. It's two pieces and you push it together and it creates this circle kind of in the middle. Loved it. I knew it was too small when I bought it. Like it's a little too short for the ceiling height. And I looked and looked to see if I could find something that was like a better height and I couldn't find it. And I bought it anyway. And is it a little bit too short? Yes, it is. And I probably should have held out to find the exact right thing. But I liked the design so much that I just went with it. But yeah, I would say I kind of need to love it. If it's going to be an investment, for sure. But even if it's like an art, something like art on the wall or like a vase or something, yeah, I need to love it at this point. If it's a set of placemats, maybe not so much, but yeah. How
Yes.
about you?
So, well, I want to ask, do you
Mhm.
still absolutely love that bookcase?
I do. I still love the design of it. Although it does kind of bug me that it's not about 8 inches taller.
Please grow.
Right.
No, yeah, I'm the same. Well, this has been a redesign because I used to just want something, let's say, in that corner.
Right.
And then my husband and I also, we redesigned that and we just said, if we don't absolutely love it, we are not
Yeah.
investing. Even if it's something on sale, quote,
Sure.
no, we
Yeah.
have to absolutely love it for sure. Well,
Good.
fun. Okay, moving back to the home area. Okay.
Hmm.
So your fridge is stocked.
Okay.
Are you always cooking out of your fridge? Or if you crave something, would you go and get that item?
I would say 80% of the time we're cooking with what we've got. But there are times where I'm like, you know what? This is an orange chicken night or a pizza night and I know we have leftovers. I know we've got salad and chicken in the fridge, but that is just not going to cut it today. So yeah.
Has that always been the case?
Oh, well, again, when the kids were running here and there and everywhere, I know we wore that Panera Bread drive-through out, stopping to get a bowl of soup or something on the way. I think we cook more reliably now that it's just the two of us. And you and I have talked about protein in a bag salad, right? So it's pretty simple these days. But we also do tend to go out more for like nice dinners, right? Not just Panera drive-through. So if we want to go out on a Friday, then we do, or our neighbors invited us out for dinner this Friday, for example. So it's nice to be able to be like, yeah, we're going to do that because we don't have to run anywhere. So, yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I adore that answer because yes, use what you have, but then on the occasion, it's super nice to treat yourself to something special.
For sure. Now, I have to ask you because your home is not located super convenient to the grocery store, right? Or even restaurants. So, what are you doing? Well, grilling.
Well, grilling and when we first got here full time, it was a challenge for myself. I really said, I am only going to the grocery store once a week. And
Right.
I stuck to that for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there is a little bit of a convenient grocery store that's a lot closer. And to be honest, I have stopped in there for maybe creamer or butter or something that I just
Right.
thought I want to get. But I've really been sticking to that once a week.
Wow, good for you. We went through a short phase of HelloFresh. Have you ever done the delivery meals?
My mom did, but I never did HelloFresh.
Okay. And your daughter, right? Your daughter has.
She does one of them, but it's one that's already made. You just have to microwave it.
Yeah. Now, which one does she? Which
Factor.
Factor?
Yeah.
One does look really good. That one does.
They're tasty. Yeah.
Yes. Now there's another one. Is it Hungry Root that I
I've
keep?
heard of Hungry Root. A lot
Yeah.
of them look so great.
Yeah, they do. And I think for people whose schedule really is super hectic like that, like your daughter, what a time saver.
Well, I think the downside, but this would be the downside of a full fridge too, because she'll say, I've had no time and I have all these factors in my fridge, but
Oh,
then the next delivery is coming. You
oh,
can pause it. I think like HelloFresh, you can put it
yes.
on pause, but
Yeah.
then restart it. So,
Hmm.
yeah. But yeah, I mean,
So,
all that grocery stuff has come a long way. Well, very good. I'm going to move on to home now.
okay.
You have mentioned this in a few other episodes about you utilizing some AI apps for your home design.
Hmm.
Do you feel that you're leaning into the AI design or help or assistance more, or are you still leaning more into your gut and maybe the Pinterest boards or the original pieces of inspiration?
So the way that I use AI for my stuff is I choose the items and I'm using AI to give me a mock-up of how it looks, usually to share with the client so they can get a gist. And I say to them, this is a gist. You cannot look at this and make a decision to spend thousands of dollars on a countertop, for example, based on this image, because the color is never quite 100% true. And I think it will get better, but I do just love that option. I used to drag everything into PowerPoint, and so you could see them together, but it wasn't a real rendering. And I'm not fast enough to do hand rendering. And I've tried some of the software, and it's a little clunky, to be honest, and it takes a little bit of time. Whereas these AIs are just so darn fast, and it does give you that gist. And so I do love it for that. But for picking an actual item, I don't really use it very much for that at all.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, you trust your gut, and your gut is pretty good. I've seen your work, and it's beautiful.
Aw.
All right. Well, let's go back to the health. If you see a new wellness trend, cold plunge, you already said you're running away from the cold plunge, red
Yes.
light therapy, I don't know, heat, or are you jumping on it right away? Or are you doing research or waiting for actual evidence about it to come out? Tell me what you do with those new fun trends.
Yeah, I was just thinking about this the other day because I heard somebody talking about is like this whole protein. Is that a trend that's going to kind of come and kind of go? And yeah, cold plunge was one for a while that I I did not appreciate and jump on. I haven't jumped on the red light therapy. I I don't know. It feels to me like the influencers sometimes feel a little too influency. And so like when everybody, I don't know if you remember this, but that AG1, was it AG1?
Mm-hmm.
Every influencer was selling that, right? And promoting it. And I was like, what in the heck is happening? Why am I seeing this everywhere? And indeed, that's what it was. And then it might be something new where it was a different probiotic drink or something. And so I am a little bit leery about those. So I don't know. I guess if I think, oh, wow, that really seems like it would be really helpful for me, then I might try it. But I don't usually tend to jump on it right away. How about you?
I feel I'm the same as you,
Mhm.
mostly because I want to be a little bit, could this be too good to be true?
Right. Yes.
When you see that. And of course, the cost comes in. How much is this an investment in? And
Yeah.
wow, that's a lot for a day serving of this green drink or something.
Right.
So, but
Right.
I'm always, my interest is always kind of peaked though.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And worth looking into, right? I think creatine is another one that you hear all about now. Maybe it's my age, but I keep hearing about groons, which are those those little,
Yes.
they're like gummy, I don't know, what is it, like fiber or something?
Fiber.
But ooh, little pricey for those. Have you looked into them? I looked at
I
them.
never looked at how much they were, but
I keep looking and I'm like, is that really just for 10, like 10 servings, you know? So yeah, I don't jump on it right away, but I tend to do like you, a little more research, poking around, like, oh, what is this really about? But most times I don't really jump on them, I wouldn't say.
so fun. Okay, we're going to jump over back to Kerri. I have been in your gorgeous home, and to me, I know what kind of vibe it gives off. I would assume, if I was to guess, if it was either minimalist, clean, or just cozy and soft and warm, I think I know what vibe it would be. But how would you describe the vibe of your home?
Well, I would say it's more minimalist than it's ever been, right? Because when we had the the kids at home, there was all of the things and all the things. And so when we moved to this house, we did leave a lot of things behind, but it is not minimalist by most people's standards. So yeah, I think it is edited and curated, but trying to be comfy and welcoming. You know what I mean?
I love that. We need to create a new, what is that term? We need to create a new cozy chic or something like that.
I don't know. I would have to think about it and I'd have to brainstorm some names.
Yes.
I don't know. Restrained cozy? I don't know. That sounds fun.
Restrained cozy. Oh, I think that's a new trend. Okay. We have to jump all over that. That
Let's
is so, so perfect. And yes, if everyone could see Carrie's welcoming guest room and her living room and the cabinet she's talking about. So, so, what did you say? Restrained cozy.
cozy. Restrained sounds like, like you're getting a restraining order. That doesn't sound quite right. That doesn't sound very welcoming.
But I'm feeling what you're putting down. I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like it. Okay, back to the health. We have talked so much about productivity, planning,
Mhm.
and when it comes to your sleep and your fitness and your nutrition, are you diving in and using any sort of apps or trackers or calendars, or are you journaling about it, or maybe a hybrid, or maybe nothing at all?
Oh, Meg. I do. Oh, this is an area of my life that is just kind of a free for all.
Okay, free
Um,
for all style is a style.
I guess, right? I don't use any apps. My husband is very consistent with using his Fitbit. I I go in fits and spurts, more not than on. I'm not very consistent with it all, honestly. I do try to get walks in regularly, and that's really probably about the extent of it, to be honest. So, yeah, I don't know. I do see other people doing it, and I think, oh, that's so great. Like I should do that too, but I really don't. I don't. Maybe you can convince me, Meg. What should I
Well,
be?
I think you're being hard on yourself because I don't think it's not you being consistent. It's just not a priority to use those apps or things for you.
Yeah, I guess. I don't understand the wearing a Fitbit to monitor your sleep because you can't change it once it's happened. And so after the fact, if you're like, oh, I had a terrible night, like how does that help?
You just reminded me of a story I read.
What was
Did
it
you
about?
hear about this?
I don't
This,
think so.
okay, I might be totally making this up, but I think I was reading, this was years and years and years ago, about how a Fitbit solved a crime.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where this is, so don't quote me on any of this, anyone. But I think it was something about there was something happened in a neighborhood, and they were going around to people's houses. And someone said, no, everyone was saying, no, I didn't hear anything. No, I didn't hear anything. And then someone said, oh my gosh, my Fitbit did. I got some steps at midnight or something. And it was right around that time. And they said, yeah, I think I heard something because I was moving around.
so was it them? Do you mean?
No, I think they were a neighbor.
Oh,
And all the neighbors were saying, we didn't hear anything. We didn't hear anything. And the guy said, well, it's really weird. I got some steps around that time, or I was moving. I must have been hearing something in my neighborhood.
oh, wow. It's pretty cool.
Right.
That's pretty cool. That's actually very cool. Well, and you see all this stuff that shows up on people's Ring doorbells, right? That catches stuff. Like, who knocked my garbage can over in the middle of the night? Somebody must have hit my garbage can. Then you find out it was like some raccoons in there. And you can see it on the Ring doorbell cam.
Yes, we did that when our dog got skunked.
Oh,
We
really?
went back the next day just thinking, oh, I wonder if we could see it. And sure enough,
Oh,
he's just out there in the yard, and big old skunk just walks right by him.
oh, wow. Oh, wow. That's
Yeah. Like, run. That wasn't a pleasant time.
no, I can imagine not.
Yeah. Okay. Super, super fun. Okay. So you're not into the apps or the trends. Now, are you even kind of journaling or calendaring? No. Okay.
Well, almost zero. But I want to hear about what you do, Meg, because I might need some inspiration.
Well, I think I use what I use mostly for support because I love that Better Sleep app. And it was funny. I paid for it for a little bit and I was really enjoying it. And then the subscription ran out and I just thought, I'm just going to use the free version. And I ended up paying for it again because I thought, you know what, it's really helpful. I can pick if I want to hear a story. I can pick if I want to hear a meditation and the
Right.
sound. So I do use that, but mostly it's just to relax my mind.
Yeah.
And then my Apple Watch I use all the time. Like first thing, as soon as I wake up, it goes on. I know you said Jessica uses that as well. And it's just kind of fun. Just maybe not that there is an exact step number like a Fitbit, but let's say your goal is 5,000 steps.
Yeah.
And you're at 4,890 or something. When you're just, well, can I get 100 extra steps before I crawl into bed? So it's just that little boost.
Yeah, you're like a couple of laps around the house here and I can do it.
I can do it. It's more of a game and fun, but it's not to stress me out.
Right. Good.
Because it's supposed to be supportive.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's a great way to use it. And my husband's, he wears that pretty much, unless it's charging, he's got it on, like, for bed. And did it even happen if it's not on the Fitbit? So
fun. Okay. All right. I'm going to jump to a couple more if you're okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay. Kerri, we're back to the home.
Okay.
If you could do one swap in your house with something that's kind of trending, one of the fancy wallpapers or some sort of lighting piece, do you have a dream swap right now?
I think for me, it would be our shower because our bathroom has not been updated. And I would just really love a beautiful, modern, clean, gorgeous tiles, a couple different kinds of tiles. I can already picture how beautiful it would be and like nice glass doors. And I would need a foot bench. Mike, do you have a foot bench?
We do. I didn't know it was actually called a foot bench, though.
Well, I think there's bench, right? Where you could sit full way on it. But then I think the foot bench is just the little tiny little corner, like a little triangle. where
Oh, that's
literally
a foot bench.
you could put your foot up there so you can shave your legs without falling over and drowning yourself.
Okay. Well, now I love this. I have to ask you.
Mhm.
This is in your primary bedroom?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Do you have a tub in there?
Yes. Mhm.
If you could redo the bathroom,
Mhm.
would you keep the tub?
I think we would. We don't use it a ton, but we do use it some. In the winter, I'm a big hot bath
Oh,
girl.
you are.
Yes, my mom raised us girls that a hot bath fixed everything. You're not feeling good? Have a hot bath. Oh, there's a party coming up. Have a hot bath. Like it was always like the hot bath was the solution for everything.
That's fantastic.
Mhm, yeah.
I have recently heard that, and I wish I did it more. If you're stressed out and you have little kids, you should
Mhm,
model. When mom's stressed out, she bakes, or when mom's stressed out, she does yoga.
mhm.
So there's an outlet.
Yes, right, right.
Right. So the hot bath was your
Yeah, that was
just
the thing. And the funny story about that is that when we went to my grandmother's house, they lived on a well. And so water was very precious. You did not waste water. And if you had a bath at well, you weren't allowed to have a shower. That was too wasteful of water.
okay.
And if you had a bath, it was supposed to be just like a little bit of water, a little tiny few inches of water. And she'd be out there knocking on the door, honey, that's enough water now. And you'd be like, hey,
Oh,
hardly even getting wet in here. But yeah, you weren't supposed to waste the water.
yeah,
So
for
here
sure.
at my house, it's like, let's fill that tub right up and get those bubbles going, the whole deal. So,
That is fantastic. Well, okay, because I'm thinking if you got rid of your tub, maybe you could make this huge shower.
true. Yes, true, which is very tempting. It would definitely take a new floor plan to get that shot.
Okay. New configuration. Well, very good. I think the shower, I wasn't expecting you to say shower,
Hmm,
but I love that answer so much.
yes.
Very good. Okay. All right, Kerri, my next question, you actually, I think, just answered because I said I was going to ask you, do you have a signature kind of get me feeling better trick? And I
Well,
think you just mentioned it.
yes. Well, my second one, other than a nice warm bath, would be a walk in nature and hug a tree. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but there's something about the bark feeling on my hands that I just love, and just all the sounds and the smells. And so, yeah, if I'm feeling particularly stressed, going to like a state park or something and walking amongst the trees is, I'd say it's probably a 100% chance that I'm going to feel better.
All right. Now, is this one tree or is this multiple trees on your walk then if you're doing this?
No, I don't have to hug every tree that I see. There has to be, right, it would be a very slow walk, but there needs to be one tree hugging. And my husband's like, oh, there she goes, hugging the tree.
Okay. Well, how do you decide on the tree?
Just whatever kind of calls to me at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
special
Has to
tree.
be a fairly significant tree. Can't be a little skinny, tiny tree. That's not good. And it has to have that,
Okay.
rough bark, not like, it wouldn't be like a birch tree or something where it's smooth. It needs to have that real
Oh, yeah, I can
tactile
picture
bark.
it.
Yeah, I don't know why, but that is just something that, I don't know, grounds me, I guess.
It sounds great, but I do have a question because this is where my brain. Have you ever gotten a splinter?
No, 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 not yet.
Okay, I don't want to wish a splinter on you, but I'm thinking, okay, so you're not rubbing against the tree.
No, it's more
A
like a big
pet?
tree hug for a few seconds. Yeah, no, it's just like running your hand over the bark. It's just, I don't know what it is, man. You have to try it. You have to try it and let me know what you think.
I'll try it because I know there's the trend, but this is not cold plunge or anything you need to invest in. But the grounding, have you heard that?
The grounding sheets, right? Isn't it
Well,
better?
there's grounding sheets, but
Okay.
people do say they just go outside in bare feet and
Mm-hmm.
your actual
Right.
body is into the dirt, into the
Right.
grass.
Yes. Yes. I
So
didn't
I
get
think
that.
maybe this is a relation to the tree and nature and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you being one with the earth.
Maybe that's what it is. I do like walking barefoot in nice, like lush grass, not dry, prickly grass, but that nice lush grass. It's kind of like also walking in the sand, right? It just, I don't know, it just feels so
Yeah.
nice.
I do like that too, very much. I
Hmm.
do. I
Yeah.
do. I've gotten a little more skeptical laying in grass
Right.
because
Because,
of maybe bugs jumping out of the grass.
right. And tick season, right?
Tick season, exactly. Oh,
Yeah.
geez, you said it. Okay. All right, Kerri, I think you've touched on this before, but I'm very curious, and I'm sure our audience really wants to know. Are you one who will set a room and just enjoy it and leave it? Or are you seasonally rearranging, setting up for each season? What is your take on a room setup?
I think I used to move furniture around and try new things, this over here and that over there, and seasonal change ups a lot more before we kind of moved to this house. This house, I would say the only kind of seasonal change that happens is the Christmas tree because I like it in a certain spot. And so I will rearrange the furniture to allow for the Christmas tree to be in my favorite spot. But, other than that, not so much really. I remember when my husband was traveling, he would travel and I would kind of be like, not sure what to do with myself. And, if the girls were to bed. And so then I would like start playing around with moving the furniture around. And one time he came home and he said, could you just please not move our bed when I'm away? Because I don't want to come home and fall on the floor. And I was like, okay, fair enough, I won't. Because he'd be like, he'd go to set his bag down, and now the table's not there anymore. He's like,
Fair
what?
enough. I totally agree. I totally agree. I like that. So you pretty much set it and leave it to enjoy.
Once I moved into a house and have the key pieces, I don't know about you, but I find every time you move to a new house, things don't fit the same anymore from the last house, right? So you have to play around with where things fit and get new pieces that fit better or whatever. So once things are settled, I kind of just leave them where they are, I would say.
Nice.
Yeah.
Perfect. And I think me too, but I do remember rearranging the kids' rooms.
Oh, sure.
That
Yes.
was fun. I think it would be a refresh. And if it was time to clean out or do,
Yeah.
you know, because you grow out of your clothes. So let's go through your closet
Right.
and hey, why
Yeah.
don't we rearrange? And it was always so fun. Hey, it looks
Yeah.
so good. Why didn't we do this
Yeah.
before?
So fresh and kind of an exciting new arrangement. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very good. Well, Kerri, this has been so fun. You were such a trooper as always to put up with me asking you all these health and home questions. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for asking, Meg. I have a little funny story for anybody who's made it this far into the podcast. This is actually a story from one of my friends. So she has a couple dogs and they live on, I think, 4 acres. And she is a huge walker. First thing in the morning, takes the dogs out to get them all tired. And she took them out for a walk on the property. So they were off leash and they're out walking. And one of the dogs goes running ahead and she's looking like, what is that? What is that? And sure enough, it's a skunk. But she said it was like the skunk and the little dog were playing together. Like one would run to the
Oh,
other one and then the other, and it was all fine. And she said it was kind of tense because she was like, what's going to happen? But she was like, it was so cute. And then she called Simba back, Simba, Simba, come back. And Simba came back. Okay, great. They go out a few days later. Don't they see the skunk again? This time, Simba's like, my friend, it's my friend, Pepe Le Pew, and goes running up to the skunk. Well, the skunk does not realize the dog's coming. Sure enough, sprays the little dog right in the face. So
ooh.
now Barb is calling, Simba, come back, Simba, come back. Simba comes back. She's completely drenched. It's in her eyes, the whole thing. They're going back, and Barb's yelling to her daughter, get towels, get tomato juice, get all the things. Well, they didn't have any tomato juice. And so her daughter brings out a tin of like crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
And so it's all chunky. So Barb says, we'll go and like blend it up, and we'll try to make tomato juice, because they live kind of like you, like not close to a grocery store or even like a Walgreens or anything. So the daughter takes it back in the house and she's blending it up, and she brings it back out, and it's not really totally blended, but it's better than nothing. And so they're putting it on the dog. Well, it turned out to be the kind of tomatoes that has the little pepper chili.
Oh.
And so Barb says, there's this little dog, little terrier. It looks like a salad because it's got chunks of tomato and pepper. They're trying to rub it into this dog to get it out. All I could imagine was this tiny little dog with, little vegetable salad on itself, trying to get the spray out from the silly skunk. But anyway,
Poor Simba.
Poor Simba. I think her mother-in-law ended up making like a quick trip to town, to go get like all the things that you could possibly use. But she said the number of times they had to wash that little dog to get it out was crazy. And she's like, you wash. And you're like, no, I could still smell it. Do it again.
Yeah.
Wash. So I think it's pretty tough to get that out, but it just cracked me up because I could just imagine this dog with all these little lumps.
Oh, cutie. The salad in his hair.
A little salad.
Well, they tried. Smart.
They did try.
Chunky's better than nothing.
I guess. So maybe the moral of the story is, if you have dogs and you live out in the country, far from a grocery store, keep some tomato juice in the pantry.
That's probably a good tip. Maybe that's why we recorded this whole episode, just to get to this
somebody
tip.
Hears that and it helps them out, it'll be worth it.
I like it. Well, listeners, we are so happy that you joined us today. And if you have any specific health or home redesigns that you'd like to share with us, we would love to hear about it. So please reach out to us, redesigningshealthandhome@gmail.com, or feel free to leave a comment.
Absolutely. And to everybody that tuned in today, thank you so much for joining us. And until next Friday, see you next time.